Our next person, the next group was What Held Us Back. I joined that group for a while, and there were some really great conversations going on there. That's Professor Joe.
I spoke about what held me back in terms of I had a MAP disability that was undiagnosed, and thanks to Ray Perez and the ARC department, um, it was recognized, and then I had to get tested. That took a few years. I've been in and out of hostels for 20 years. I finally got my degree in December. So, long story short, like I could not get my brain wrapped around anything that had to do with the numbers, but no one caught it. No professor, my mother, no one caught it. So that led to a lot of shame, depression, and anxiety walking into a classroom. And so I would do well, but I wouldn't do like if it was like, oh, read, or if it was like, oh, did you do the homework, like any assignment, I would withdraw. I would withdraw like deep into myself. And what really happened was sad, because you would think in America that that doesn't happen. Like how do you get through high school? Well, I got a GD, but how do you get to university level and no one sees that you're struggling with math? No one pointed me in the direction of ARC. I never even knew that math is could be a disability. I didn't know that everyone brain thinks differently, and what you're able to do, I'm not able to do. Like, and I was failed. I was epic fail. Every educational institution I've ever been to, I was failed. Um, and then I found Ray Perez, ARC, and he said, I think you have a math disability. Um, CUNY has on its desk some amendments so that students that suffer with math disability, I'm like, well, what is that? It's called dyscalculia. Um, can take substitute classes, but the major couldn't, like, I can't be a bio major or I can't be a radiology major because you need math. I could be like maybe a social worker, stuff like that. And I had to get tested though. This is what's crazy. The test costs almost $10,000 and it has to be administered by a licensed psychiatrist. And guess what? I fought with my insurance company for 4 years to get that test. 4 years. Do you know how long the test takes? The test literally takes 6 hours. So every session, it was 6 sessions, and 50 minutes each session, almost $10,000. And I just feel like we're all failing so many children because everyone brain learns differently. So not because I can't grasp math, that doesn't mean I'm not smart, right? Um, I'm gonna rewind. I'm gonna fast forward. I got tested, COVID hit, registered for Ray Perez, registered for classes. I registered for classes, spring semester 2021. I graduated fall semester, end of fall semester 2021.
I think what you are capturing for us is exactly what we were talking about in our group of What Held Us Back. And one of the things Myra and the group we were saying is that sometimes when we get in a position where we are where we could be, where we're being held back, it would appear, we have to make the decision, will it just be a setback and will we position ourselves for a comeback? And I think what you've described and you're describing to us, that's an incredible story, is what we were trying to capture in a group. And I just think that you just sharing that where you started and where you're ending is that all these setbacks that we're all experiencing. I mean, on a personal level, professional, community-wide, they're really not to keep us there. It's really just positioning us to be better when the semester ends. It's positioning us to look back and say, like, that's where I was and this is where I am now. So thanks so much for sharing that, Raina. That was like it's a wonderful visual aid. I will get the rest of the notes from Myra from our groups, but that was an incredible capturing of what we discussed in our group. As I said, you know, it might have been we was positioned to not move forward, but because we're as resilient, and it's like people like to say we are all stones and we're strong and we're all of that. Well, all of these setbacks that we're looking at now, they're really just positioning us for to be better teachers, better members in the community. It's all positioning us to be positive. And that's what I like about day zero. It lets me start all over again. I gave myself a C plus for last semester, but I get to start spring 2022 with an A. And that's a good thing. So I'm going to move forward. Raina, I hope you'll get to share that story, the end of that story later on.